Hi, my name is Royce Alonso Gonzalez. I am one of the students for MLI Learning OpenFlow SDN Network Research and Experimentation version 2.0. The product owner is Basilka Chergarova from Sierra, and our instructor is Masoud Sahari from FIU. Our user story is AMLT, the name of the project, and number 22, which is the implementation of all common values before starting implementing the messages and the structures, which is going to need these common files to be implemented before we start implementing the structures for different messages and features. Here's the user story, and here's the files that were implemented. So we have controller from the action file with the new version, which is 0.05. We have all the files implemented. All these classes were implemented based on the structure from the previous version, which was 1.3 for OpenFlow. This version is 1.4, which is described in version 0 in hexadecimal 0.5. Here is the action copy. All the classes are implemented here, and you can see all that was done for the common file. This is a representation from the C, which is the specification from the OpenFlow file, which is based in C, so we were translated to Python. Here are all the implementation for that specific file and the common file in the specification, which is translated to Python using classes based on the same structure as before. So it's not gonna be any cumbersome for the engineers that are planning to use this information in their applications, for the controller to control the switches using the OpenFlow protocol. Here we have all the classes that were implemented for the flow instructions. These files and these classes are going to be used on in other classes, for example in symmetric, controller to switch, and asynchronous. So these are common for all those messages implementation. So right now we are just implemented those, so they are not gonna be needed later on. So we just implemented all of this, the flow match, everything that was implemented, the enums for the generic bit mask using the Python. So all of these are specific values it's gonna be used for the implementation of the messages. Here are different classes. For further knowledge, you can check the OpenFlow version 1.4 specifications. There's gonna be a C based structure, so we were translating from C to Python. There is the implementations for varying the length of the messages, the unpack, which heavily used on all these messages. If they receive a binary message from the switch, is translated, put it inside the unpack, and translated to create an object. And the pack is you create the object, and then the pack is converting the object in binary and to be sent to the switch. Those are the port, all the port information that were implemented. Yeah, the values, the enums, more enums, and now we have different values for specific based on the port. Here we have the port generated structure, which is used from previous version from Foundation. So right now it's using we were working on this file from previous version. So we have the same structure how that was implemented before to keep the same way of implementation as before, so it's not gonna be cumbersome for the engineers that were used to the previous version use the new version. And here you have the Q file with all the headers and implementations that we were able to implement based on the functions on the common file from the specification, OpenFlow specification rather. So that is all the common file in that common package. So that is all for this user story.